Hello everybody and welcome to your podcast Mind the Time. My name is Fintan Harvey and joined as always by our co-host Sean Carey.
Hello,
Sean.
And Brandy Mahan.
What's crack?
Brandy.
What's happening?
Oh, good. What's the crack, Lee?
Jesus, all's good. Just getting through the summer the best I can with all the rain.
Summer, is that what you call it?
Summer, fucking shite summer.
What rain?
Yeah. So we're recording this on, what date's today? 3rd of July?
Wednesday, the 3rd of July.
3rd of July, man, and it feels like November out there.
It's actually, no, it's kind of warm.
It's a wee bit warmer now.
When
Last week was
Passion down and warm is the worst combo of fucking weather.
warm rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, not liking it. Not liking it.
Right.
What's your crack, Sean?
My crack is exquisite.
Your actual crack?
No, not that crack. I wouldn't go that far. No, I'm grand. I've had a good day. I'm off. I was off today, so
Nice.
I did my usual.
Bit of art?
Bit of art, bit of thrifting.
What did you get? Did you pick up anything nice?
I need to stop using that word. It's very American.
Thrifting?
So I said
I thought you said drifting, as in like you were out totally drifting in your car.
I was drifting
Do
too.
donuts out in Dungiven?
Thrifting and drifting.
Thrifting.
Thrifting. I did.
What's thrifting going around thrift shops?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a big one. Full hospice. It's great.
That's a class one.
I got a polo shirt.
A polo shirt?
A polo shirt.
Happy days.
It's all minty.
Full of
Lovely.
holes.
Full of holes. And I got a photo frame. I'm mad for frames. I keep buying frames. And then I'm like, I have to do art full of frames, and I never do.
You should frame the polo shirt.
I might do that.
Do that.
Frame the hole.
You're welcome.
What's your crack, Brendan? Any thrift shops?
Very little. Hey, no thrift shops now. Just working and getting ready to go on holidays next week to London.
Tuesday, London,
Tuesday,
baby.
hey, and looking forward to it. Hey, a few days away. Going to hit all the markets. Going to Harry Potter World. Going to just eat and drink and have the crack.
I like it. I like it.
Looking forward to it. Hey.
You were saying that England's going to be playing when you're over there?
Well,
in the semi-finals?
they might be if they make it.
If they make it.
They're on the quarters now against Switzerland. So I might well be, and I'll be there for the semis regardless if England are in it or not. But if they're on it, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, to wreck the gaff, Brendan.
I'll just go down to me, whoever they're playing top, and sit there and say no. Have it underneath 3 layers of clothing.
Have you watched much of the Euros?
I started off trying to watch, obviously it's my Wayne's and stuff about the house, you don't get a chance to watch them all, and then when it gets to like 8 o'clock at night, that's like prime time for me and Marianne sitting down to watch something else, so I don't want to subject her to football every night, but I have watched a good bit of it. Again, in these tournaments, it's always a wee bit of letdown. You look forward to it and then you're always like, that's a shout match. It seems to me that this isn't anyone's fault other than my own, but every match I sit down and be like, right, I've got the full like evening now, I'm going to sit and watch this whole match. It ends up being a shite match, pure boring, like a wee 1-0 or something, and then the matches I miss are all the interesting ones. But it's hard to stay as invested when Ireland aren't on it.
Well, big time.
Do you know what I mean? But it's also, if we were, we would have done a Scotland and just got hammered day one and just so. But no, it's always good. I enjoy watching football. It's good to have a wee tournament on.
Same, man, and I haven't watched as much as I wanted to. At the start of it, I was so excited for it, and I was going to try and get on as many games as I can. And then first week or so, there was 3 matches a day. I watched a few, and then it's just been so busy since.
No, that's it. You follow it. I know. You
trying to have catching up with the highlights and all, like, but but I'm looking forward to this Friday. The 4 games on.
Germany are playing Spain.
Germany, Spain, France, Portugal.
Possibly, yeah. I think whoever wins, but this is just going to put it out there now. I think whoever wins between Germany and Spain is going to go on to win the whole competition.
Good shout.
And I think it's probably going to be Spain. Mm-hmm. But I like Germany too. We were in Berlin when Germany won the World Cup in 2014 or whatever year it was. Can't remember what year it was, but that was some night.
Oh man, that'd have been some crack.
In the middle of Berlin, with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Germans going absolutely mental, and there was like a big street, like streets were just lined with people. And I say streets, I mean the roads. There was like a 5-lane dual carriageway, and there was lorries trying to come through, and it was just a sea of fans.
Wow!
And boys were jumping up on the side of lorries and all, and me and my mate JR were standing with me, JR and Dag away. And we were all drinking with the Germans, having the crack. And we were standing watching all these lorries come through. And me and JR were standing there and we're like, where's Dag? Where'd he end up? And we just looked up and Dag's hanging off a side of a lorry and his German top. Oh, it was class.
It's always Dag.
Crack.
It's always day.
He's a
Always
bad,
day.
the bad, that's why.
That sounds class. Sean, you wouldn't have seen much of the Euros.
Go football.
Go football.
You can obviously tell I don't watch or engage in football.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, that's fair.
And this is how much so. I was having coffee with my brother and my mum today. My mum was like, your dad's friend is working in London at the minute, right beside Wembley Stadium. And I was all, well, good thing he's a United fan then. And they were all, nah, Manchester United's in Manchester. I was like, yay, go football. Way.
Yeah. Kerry and Derry were also playing at the weekend, and the GA.
They were.
And the last time Kerry and Derry played, we were down at it, myself and Sorka, and her dad was over. So Sorka's dad's from Kerry.
He's a Kerry man. That's
Kerry
right.
man.
I remember hearing this,
living in Spain, and we went down to it, and because Sorka was born in Derry and that, and then her dad's from Kerry, a lot of
Split
Kerry connection. So you know, so the crowd, it's always like the crowd were going Kerry, 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 and then the Derry one's going Derry, Derry at the same time. And I looked over at Sorka, and she's going Kerry, Derry, Kerry.
I want both teams. They won.
Yeah. I wanted both teams to lose as a Tyrone fan, but unfortunately that can't happen. But yeah, it was a poor game though. It was a poor match.
Didn't see it.
Horrible.
Didn't see it either. I heard it was not a great day for Derry.
I had myself on Sunday. I had Sunday off, man. It was class. I just sort of had Sunday on the sofa watching football.
As Sunday should be spent.
So busy because Thursday night I was on the terrace in Mahrafelt. Friday night I was in Cumber House in Claudy. And then Saturday night I was in the Boiler Room in Strabane.
God.
3 very busy nights. And then we finished off in Strabane on Saturday night. And then went in a beer in Strabane.
Ooh.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. It was some crack though, man. I done some laughing here.
You do.
I was out with Roe Boyle, of course. Was,
it's nice to hear that the comedians get a chance to laugh too after making everybody else laugh. That's good for the circle of life.
It was good because again, myself and Roe had been very busy for a few nights, and then just to get out and just fucking let it out.
Throw a bit of weight behind a few pints and see what happens.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So we done a pub crawl. And then Roe's wife was out too. There was a few out. Damon McAwee was out, Niall Cook, and it was some crack. But we were going up to a pub. I can't even mind what stage of the night it was because it was pretty hammered. But we were going up to a pub, and Orla, Roe's wife, she's like, oh, Fintan, I can't remember. There's a bouncer on in there, and she always says hello to me, and I can't mind her name. And so she's getting all embarrassed, and all. She was like, I said, we'll go through the alphabet. You know, you do the A, B, C, and we got there by the end. She was like, no good. It's not working. I'm too drunk. Can't remember. She goes, oh, this happens to me all the time. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'll put my hand out. I'll start chatting, and then go, my name's Fintan, and get the name.
What do you call it?
What do you call? What's your name? And then you'll get it. So we went up, and Orla's standing behind. And I done that. I was chatting away, and then I was like, hi, my name's Fintan. What's the crack? What's your name? She goes, how's it going? My name's Orla. The same name as
name. Jesus.
20 minutes, the whole 20 minutes before, just trying to figure out this girl's name, who had the exact same name.
There you go. I have a wee trick for you. If you ever don't know somebody's name and it's awkward to ask, right? Say I meet you and I can't remember your name. I'll go, what do you call you again? And you'll go, Fintan. And I'll go, I know your first name. What's your second name?
That's brilliant.
And you'll go, Harvey. And Fintan Harvey, of course. That way you get both names without them even having to know that you didn't know their name.
That's genius, Brendan.
Might backfire, but does work. It's been tried and tested.
Did we not only just find out tonight that his name isn't Fintan?
That's right, we did.
I would say he's found out before, but maybe it's been a while.
I don't know.
It's forgotten. It's not something that I hide, you know.
No.
Well, you fucking had it for many years. 12.
So my name's William Fintan Harvey. I was christened William Fintan, and then I always say to my ma, like, well, why did you not just call me Fintan William? She goes, well, your granddad was called William, and I was like, I know, but you still aren't calling me William.
That is a common thing.
That is a common thing.
My mate JR is actually... his name's called his name's Emmett. That was his name growing up, but then his name's actually James Emmett, and then so Emmett's his middle name. So Marion gets well confused because we call him JR, and then she hears other people calling him Emmett, and then some people call him Jimmy, and you just feel what am I going to call? What am I going to call you? Yeah.
This is even worse. I didn't know my brother and my dad were called George until like 2 years ago.
You didn't know your brother and your dad were called George?
Because we always say Georgie, and it's been Georgie as long as I can remember, since sperm.
You thought they were both christens, Georgie?
Yeah. And then one day it was like, no, it's George. And I was like, what the
My whole life's been a lie.
Tell me this shit early, man. Seriously, but
It was always so confusing over the years. Like, you know, going for like, you know, setting up a bank account and all those things. Like,
they're all William. You're all. I think he's still looking for you, big man. Hey, William, hurry up, man.
my ma actually said she done that. I was only very, very wee, and we were at the dentist or the doctors or whatever, and they were sitting and they called out William Harvey, and my ma's looking around going,
I think there's been a mistake.
Yeah.
He's called Fintan. Yeah, dozy Egypt.
And then I've had recently, like, I changed all my legal documentation to Fintan. It just takes out all but
William's not your name. Like, I'm sorry to say, it's not your name. It's
not my name.
It's just not.
Couldn't imagine myself as a Wooly Harvey.
Big Wooly.
Big Wooly.
So
Big Bill.
I had to do tax forms thing anyway, and I was on the phone to this guy, and he said, what's your name, address, the what do you call it again, the number, social
Date of birth,
JL, your social, or your fucking national insurance number.
National insurance number, there we go. I was
on social security. Talk about Americanisms.
So we got there, so I done all that there, and then I got a message from them then saying, Fintan, this isn't going through. Can you check those details again? I was
Go and check your name.
I was almost we numbered out in the fucking whatever, and went back, and it took me ages. I was going over and I sent him back, and I was going, all these details are right, like, and he goes, geez, I don't know what's wrong here, like, it's not going through to the HMRC. And then I just realised I get the wrong fucking name.
Mortified having to go back, but actually not my name.
Actually, yeah, it's not my name. Yeah, I get the wrong name. Yeah, pretty mortifying.
It's probably all right. No power, pet.
Yeah.
I'll get you sorted, wee man. Money with me.
And then at school,
Peter doesn't even know his name.
I know, God love him. God love him. And then at school too, like, it'd just be embarrassing whenever they used to go, you know, and they're shouting out the register at the morning, William Harvey, and all the little kids laughing. It's like, that's not his name.
No.
Do you remember when you had a sub teacher and they asked you, they used to pass a sheet round the class and you had to fill out
your name or whatever?
But we used to stick down fake names, like trees are green. Trees are green, and Ivan Itchy Ball. Stuff like that.
I don't remember doing that.
Pete Burns. Pete Burns.
We had a sub teacher one time when we were P7 and we were reading a book called Tyke Tyler. Don't know if any of you remember it.
No, the name.
Reading this book anyway, somebody had figured out, somebody had scanned through. You know, you read it as a class in primary school, you take a turn, like, Brian, you read a page, and then Fintan, you read a page, or whatever. So we were on, say, chapter 3 of this book, and somebody had discovered that on, like, chapter 8, like, further down the book, it said William the Bastard. It was like a historical reference. This boy was called William the Bastard, and somebody had said, oh, it says William the Bastard. And this one day we had a sub, and this girl had never taught at the school before, like, and she came in, and she was all, right, we're reading Tyke Tyler, is that right? And we were, and she was all, what chapter are we on? Somebody was all, 8. We were all right, and then this boy was like reading out, and it was all William the Bastard, and the whole class like erupted with laughter. I'm pretty sure people were standing on top of desks and all, like, going mental. And it turned out we all had to apologise as we were getting on the bus. We had to queue up and apologise one by one to the sub teacher for hoodwinking her. You know what I mean? So good times.
Good times.
William the Bastard.
We had that could have been my name, actually.
There you go. Probably was about you.
It is now.
Yeah.
We had a sub teacher one time, and you know when there's somebody who just cannot control the class, and you're thinking, why in God's name did you become a teacher, like, or a sub teacher? But it erupted one day. It was mad. It just, you know the way some things can just happen, just there's a spark and it just goes. Somebody, I think I'm going to say it was Paul Porter or somebody, or John Mooney anyway, and
Badens.
wild crack go, but just lifted their bag and fired it out the window, their school bag, and it was up like 3 floors high. Fired it out, and then somebody else sitting beside them done it, and within about 10 seconds the whole class, like people who would have been good students,
throwing their own bags out
the window, and just boom, and you'd see your man's getting redder. And then our form teacher, he was a tough guy, like, he was from Derry, Eddie Rigney, ex-boxer, big lump of fella, like,
right,
and he can fly it up, man, and he read your man the riot act, like. The teacher? It's like, what are you doing? You know.
Front the students too.
Oh, but he was raging. Like, he was sitting in his class, and all his class would have been sitting there doing their work, and then there's just this flood of bags coming down past the window. No, he nearly hit the roof.
End of the day, what's the sub meant to do? Do you know what I mean? You can't grab him. Can't grab Wayne's at school. So
do you know what? That same sub teacher, after I left, actually ended up doing that.
Right.
Grabbed somebody.
They had enough.
It was like that movie Falling Down, like. Must have just got
Michael Douglas on it.
That's brilliant.
Great movie. But I must have just got to the point where couldn't take anymore, just snapped, like.
I remember seeing a bubble bus being thrown at a teacher.
A what?
a Biblo bus.
What's a Biblo? A library
It's
bus?
like, I think it's like the Bible illustrated in about a compendium of like 10 books, but it's so long that it's like a shape of a bus.
Right.
I think that's the whole point of it. So somebody just went, whoom, like, but luckily it didn't hit her.
Wow.
I swear to God, that would have caused
Take your head off.
Andre. That would have been a broken tibia,
Broken face.
something.
That'd be a
broken.
tough one there.
But it landed beside her, and I think at that point she went, "Oh, I'm out of here."
I'm out of my
She just
depth.
fucking.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
I wouldn't blame them. Geez, it'd be hard, especially teenagers, man.
No chatting.
Be tough in a group of ones trying to show off to the rest of the
Of course.
class. Now, I was chatting in one of the podcasts there recently about people used to turn the gas on in
Oh,
the
fuck.
science lab.
That's
One of my mates, Yaboa, Kieran Quigg, just lad, he messaged me just in disgust. He works in the science labs over in Foyle, and I wasn't a happy camper.
I know. I thought that was pretty dark. To be fair,
It was pretty dark,
that's,
like, but it would happen more than once.
Jesus.
And yeah,
Oh, you need a teacher a rough day in class leading a spark up wee fag here.
or just that teacher who had too much and just goes, "Do you know what? I'm taking yours all out with me."
Block a door, throw a firework into the mix, and say nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know our school had a bad reputation? I used to go to St. Brecken's High School, and it's a fucking high school. Because I used to go when I was at high school, and people's all, "Oh, you're American." I'm like, no, that was St. Brecken's High School.
Brecken's
That was
High,
what it was called.
Yeah. So that's where I used to go. And there's probably people going, "Oh, fuck, I heard about that place." It's actually great.
Now my school
It was
had a
good.
bad, my school
For
had a
some
bad
mad-
rep too.
Some bad shit. Like, you've seen some bad shit in that school.
Seen
but
some bad shit, man.
it was happy days. Like,
People used to
there was-
call my school Stoke Grove Integrated Porta Cabins.
What do you mean? Was it? Where were you?
Oak Grove. Oak Grove Integrated College. But when I was like for the old school was like the old Grantia building and then a lot of porta cabins. So everyone used to call it Stoke Grove. And then instead of Oak Grove Integrated College, it was Stoke Grove Integrated Porta Cabins.
Remember that fucking word too? Stoke.
Stoke.
I know, man. I know.
Pure noisy.
Pure
It
dirty
is,
word,
no, but it actually has. It's actually a bad word to be saying, and it's just became so normalised over the years that you
Yeah.
kind of throw it in. So apologies if we.
You don't hear it anymore, but thankfully.
No.
But
No.
that used to be rampant when we were younger.
That was the main word between everybody. It didn't even apply to anything. It could be anything. You'd be like, "What are you on about, just Stoke?"
Do you just remember people doing? This is a bad one as well, but people used to get, for anybody that's listening, it's going to be harder to hear, but you used to put your tongue under your bottom lip and go, duh.
Oh, yeah.
Never really done that. Like,
It was a horrible thing, like, but I remember it was such a thing.
There was a lot of that stuff.
Now, when you're away, you don't know what you're at. You're
Not
just repeating what
at
else,
all.
what you've heard everyone else doing.
Yeah.
Urgy burgy used to be something people said.
Urgy
Urgy
burgy.
burgy.
What did that mean?
I don't know. I think it was. I don't know actually what it was, but I just thought just came into my head.
One of my
Urgy
favourite
burgy.
old dairy words was yipe. You wee yipe.
Yeah, wee yipe.
It just
I don't
means
know
like,
that one
it's
though.
just like, I don't know. What does it even mean? It's basically like,
Rascallion.
I just
either
see
like
wee
you're
rat.
like bogging or like dirty or else you stole something. You're like, I yiped that. You know, I don't know. It just doesn't mean, there's no definition of it because it's a made up word. So it can be whatever you need it to mean. Do you know
Well,
what I
why'd you bring it up then, you yipe?
Just did. Yeah, argy bargy or whatever.
Urgy burgy.
Yeah, urgy burgy.
Did any of us ever dob from school?
Ah, fuck.
A couple of times. One time, a couple of times. Did it in primary school actually. Didn't really dob. Well,
P1.
we did dob. We basically told our mas, so they're going to listen to this now and be like, "What are you on about?" Told our mas, me and my mate Tommy told our mas that our school was closed for a staff training day. So I stayed in his house the night before, and then me and him went up a town, and we saw one of the, what would you call, like the caretakers of the school up a town on his lunch or whatever, and he seen us and we were all, "I guess here now." And then a couple of times when you're older, then you kind of went out and just didn't go to school, did other
go.
stuff instead.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
We couldn't get away with it in Claudy because there was nowhere to go.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just a wee village.
You
Somebody's
end up
going to
standing in
see
a
you.
field and be like, we may as well just go to school.
Might as well be at school. You get fucking snowed on here.
No, we didn't really do it too. I did it a wee bit when I went to tech. Because I remember at a...
Tech's
we had
not
a-
really daubing, it's just not going.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Like, and the teacher landed me on it with my ma. Because he was just like, "Hey, he's been awful last week. I hope he's looking better anyway." And my ma was looking at me like, "What the fuck is she on about? You were at school all week." But I don't know. No, not during secondary. I daubed fucking detention once for a week.
Yeah.
You dabbed attention.
I swear to God. I was told this thing happened. I don't know what it was. This thing in school. And I had a friend who was, we made noises and did silly things. And he kept doing something. and I was actually for once trying to like concentrate on my work, and he kept making noises. But since we had a similar like way we went on, was similar humor and similar noises, he kept going, he making the noise and then go and shut up, Sean, fuck's sake, I'm trying to do my work. And I kept doing it, and the teacher kept getting on to me, and I was like, sir, look at my mouth, like, you can watch my mouth, I'm not doing anything. And then the next thing he kept doing it, and he was all right, Sean, out of class. And I was like, I'm not moving, I'm not going fucking anywhere, like it wasn't me. And I ended up going and getting the head of pastoral care, and he came in and was like, right, out. And I was all, I'm not going anywhere. He was all out.
Stand your ground, Sean.
Stand that
I'm
ground,
not
bro.
going anywhere. So he said, right, everybody else out. But I got up, and I got up and took, and he was all, no, you stay there, you didn't want to leave. And I was all, well, if everybody else is leaving, I'm leaving. And he was all, right, you've got a week's detention. He said, see if you miss it, you're getting suspended. But I didn't go the whole week, and we didn't catch on.
Fight the power, Sean.
Call the bluff.
Because I kept coming home that week, because my ma, obviously, they write to your ma, like, they write to your parents. And she was like, why the fuck are you not in detention? I was like, I don't know, they didn't. I just came home. Nothing was said.
We're, so the elections are happening tomorrow.
They are.
So speaking of school, we go to vote in my old primary school, and it's so weird getting into it again because everything seems fucking tiny. Do you remember like the canteen and everything?
That was massive and all.
Huge, and I just feel like a fucking monster, and now ducking under doors and stuff, and yeah.
I'd like to think you weren't that size in primary school, to be fair.
Wasn't far off it, Brenda.
Oh, well, maybe not.
Has it really got that small, but Big Willie?
It has. It has.
I know what you mean. Everything that you remember being huge was tiny.
I remember when you go in, and then you go into there's a big hall, and then there's steps up to the classrooms, and I remember you used to slide down the banisters.
Yeah.
And like it used to be the best thing, like a big rundown. I'd go up them now, it'll be 2 steps. Like
I just
I could literally do it in 2 steps.
Yeah.
But then it's that thing, like I was talking this to someone recently, it's do you remember like when people were 30 and you were a kid, they seemed pure old.
Oh, 100%. 30 was like a full-on adult now.
Hey mister,
I'm 33, I'm still Wayne.
You were like, oh how old they are.
I know.
I know you're middle
I used to
aged.
think people in upper 6th were really old.
I know,
Do you know
man,
what I mean?
fucking
And
right.
You'd be like, you look at upper 6th now and you'd be like, Jesus, you're an absolute Wayne.
Yeah.
Like a full-on Wayne.
What about, did you have any politicians calling to the door yet?
Every one of them, basically.
Really?
Well, every party, like, not somebody was around. I wouldn't be bothered with. See people calling around you. I don't think there's... Obviously, people want to see it and you want to see people landing around. Me, personally, it's always at a time when I'm like, just having my dinner, getting the Wayne sorted, and you feel, oh, fuck off. I'm bothered with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like somebody, I would know very early how I'm voting, and that would be it. Do you know what kind of way?
Especially because they're full of shite. You know what I mean? You know you know they're going to be talking shite, do you?
I actually closed the door.
The fucking world, like.
I closed the door in a boy's face last week, basically, and I'm not going to mention the party because it's not nothing to do with the party. It wasn't their fault. Well, maybe it was, but I had a woman around one night representing one of the politicians, right? And I stood and humoured her for about 2 minutes. And I was like, that's grand, no bar, right? That's dead on, see you later. And then the very next night, the door went again, and I opened it, and it was a busy time in the house. We were getting the wine ready for bed and whatever. And it was a man, and he was all, I'm here on behalf of such and such. And it was the same party that was there the night before, same politician. So I was all, I'm going to stop you here. He was about to start a big spiel, and I says, no, hold on. I was all, somebody was here from that party last night. And he was all, no way. I says, I was chatting to this woman last night for about 5 minutes at my front door, and he was all, but she was just handing out leaflets. She wasn't. I says, no, we stood and chatted and about the policies of the party and blah 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 and all this here. And he was all, right, I found that very hanging. I was all right, no bar, and just closed the door in his face. I was all, see you after. Wouldn't be bothered with just.
No, definitely.
I know they have to do it. I'm not saying it's just I wouldn't be bothered going away.
No.
I hate people landing at my door uninvited.
Oh, see, man.
I do. It makes me sound like a miserable thing, but I do. I just be all like,
well,
especially
I don't mean like if one of you, I mean like randomers like landing, they looking like sell you electricity or like yeah, we'll go and just beat it.
See anybody that starts to get pushy with me too, straight away. It's like when we were in Barcelona, I was going to buy, it was a hoodie I was going to buy, and salesperson, she came over and she just, she was so forceful, like, go try it on, oh that's great, and you wouldn't shut up. And I was like, do you know what, I wanted that top, but I'm not going to buy it.
You put me off.
You just put me off. And then she started going, I'll give it for 20 euros less. And then I was like, nah. And then I walked out and I went, oh,
should have got that fucking.
Should have got it. Then I went back in and I went, 25 euro off. She goes, go.
So I got go and go away.
I'll go, no, you've
it.
got it, yeah. But no, anybody basically having me just does my head in. I just have to get away.
No, same.
Camden used to be like that in London.
I'll be ready for them, don't you worry.
You just walked past the door and looked at a belt and they had it on you and they were like 20 quid and you're all, what the get it off.
Not a mission.
But no, like I haven't had any parties to my door, but I would welcome a party in. Because I put a disco ball up in my fucking hall and everything.
You have the disco ball. All you need now is the party. The wee shelf.
I put it up for the craic.
They land your door. I'm on for a wee dance and I'll vote for you.
I want a party. No, they're not giving me a vote. But
I'd love to see Sean and the fucking DUP and people before profit and Sinn Féin and all just boogieing in your kitchen.
Having a wee party, yeah.
A wee disco ball going.
Hey, that's the road to peace there, like. Then they'll be given their peace then, like that. You know what I mean?
I'm not a big political head, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not well interested in politics. I know politics is obviously a big part of life, but I just don't really care.
Do you know they've done this thing and they've even talk about it now, like the debates and stuff. They call it a performance now. I've noticed this year. They call it like. But
that's the thing. Sorry, I'm pure talking. No, that's the thing that bothers me about it. It's like, and I know, like, there's a hell of a lot of politicians, even in this town, who are very well intentioned and like really want things for their city. But the way you have to behave as a politician is so false because you have to watch everything you say. Everything you say has to be pre-planned and pre-thought about, and that way you can't be, even if you're a very genuine person and you believe in what you're saying, you can't be genuine as a politician because it's all very well rehearsed and thought out because you have to be careful, and that part of it bothers me. Again, I'm not blaming the politicians, and then they have to do it.
It's the system. I'm not
interested in any of that shit.
I don't want to talk to you.
No. But a lot of these people are going for good things and I support what they're after and happy days, but it's just the whole political game in general is what I have a problem with, not politicians as such. Yeah,
it's been whole, but I suppose there's the thing they keep it like that for because they don't want you getting too into it. And they use language that you don't understand maybe to make you think that you don't really understand it. And they end up being able to give a proper answer.
Do you know what I mean?
They just start chatting Japanese.
Having said all that, I'm not somebody who's like well versed in politics, so I'm the wrong person to be talking about it because I haven't got a clue. I just live in my own wee setup. This is my family and everyone around me, grand. Happy days.
That's it.
I'm the same, man. Yeah. I used to say to my man and dad, up until I was about 30, I used to say to my man and dad, like, what am I doing? And they'd be like, 1, 2, 3.
I just vote for him,
do that. But when I was about 30, then I was like, I think I took a step back and was like, here, what am I doing? And then obviously I just found something that I, could relate to more, a party, like, and then I just started going, no, this is the kind of thing. But I still don't know enough. Like, I don't know if I'm making the right.
They always say if you don't know who to vote for, vote against somebody you don't want to get them.
Yeah. I suppose, like, even if you only watch a wee bit of it, you can get a feel of the things that people are saying, and what about you vote, Sean?
Tomorrow we used to vote in my old primary school, for as long as I can remember. So tomorrow it's changed. This down in Dungiven Road,
right?
And I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
how dare they? I want to go up to my old school and be like, I'm a giant. Yeah. But no, I'm not gonna. Big Shawnee. So I have to go down foreign territory.
Just break into the school on the way back.
And I'm going to go...
Write on the wall who you're voting for.
So I'm working tomorrow 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. So I'm going to have to go, just in case, I'm going to go at 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So luckily it's open from 7.
Anyway,
So I'm going to get down. But know what I hate? See when they gather at the door...
And hand you leaflets as you're walking in. Gone away out of my sight. As if you don't know who you're voting for now.
I know, man.
Do you know what I mean?
As if you're going to hand me this, I'm going to go, oh my God, I've got the golden ticket.
Scrumple up, throw it back at them.
You know what I mean? Back it in the paper airplane.
Spat on it.
Roll it in the fucking giant. Like...
No, that's like nonsense overkill there.
I've already been rehearsing what I'm going to say when they try and do that. I'll be like, oh, there's some for the blue bin. You know what I mean? Like, stop whizzing paper.
It's just silly.
Why do they post all this shit to the doors too? Like, you're not going to vote any different because a fucking piece of paper comes out.
They be in my house. They be in my house for 30 seconds. I just walk them straight out. Blue bin.
And then, like, the big posters, like every lamppost and telegraph pole is just fucking covered in it. Like, you don't be driving along going, fuck, that's a nice smile there. I think I'll vote for them. No.
It was funny the other day. I was down the bog driving through, and somebody was taking down all the people before profit ones.
Right.
Like obviously they were just going taking them all down. There's people going woohoo, and I was all rascals.
Rascallions.
Hey.
Right. We had, we were talking earlier, we had a few famous faces in Derry.
We did.
The Russell Crowe.
Mr. Russell Crowe.
Ronan Keating.
Was in Paul's Butcher's eating steak ciabattas, and he was drinking pints apparently. Let him off too.
Oh, was he?
And the pig apparently.
Squid and pig.
Squid and pig, yeah.
Nice. I'd say you'd put away a few pints.
I would say so.
Russell.
Russell looks like a boy you just see sitting in the pig any given night.
What, doesn't he?
There's a bit of an Irish head on him. And Crowe.
Crowe would be,
vaguely Irish name too, wouldn't it be? Big Dublin name, so there you go.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Yeah. So they were down for Muff Liquor Company, isn't it?
Yes, that's
what a name, right?
Apparently he's invested in it. Muff's got a wee life of its own these days. I think it went a wee bit viral with a sign. People are coming down to see the sign. The Muff sign, welcome to Muff and stuff like that.
And then Muff Liquor,
exactly.
That's amazing. What a name.
They looked out with a...
I don't know what he's on about, so...
Well, I'll just leave you to connect the dots yourself.
No, I can't.
Yeah. No, it's genius. Yeah.
I can't. I don't know how. No, I'm only joking. It's such a great tool.
Yeah.
No, see that I can't say anything. I'm not trying to.
It's always such a big buzz when there's a celebrity in there. Everyone always knows about it.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Talk of the town,
I remember when I worked in Pike and Palms like years ago. It was during the summer, might even been close to the Clipper time. Really, really sunny day. It was always flat out, like you're really, really busy. Big queue of people, and I served this fella anyway. Didn't recognise him at the start, but he came up. He was, I think, a wife and two wains, whatever. His sunglasses on, and I was kind of looking at him because I was like taking the orders, you know what I mean? Then I was jumping behind and cooking then. So I ordered like, so give me a couple of tacos and burger and chicken nuggets for the kids, whatever. That was grand. And I was all, however much money it is, took it off him. And I was kind of looking at him and I recognise you. You know, he was wearing glasses and I think he might have been wearing a hat too. And then I handed him back his change and he was all, cheers mate, or something like this here. And whatever way he said that, I was just, Jamie fucking Dornan. I just knew it was him straight away, and he went down and sat down, and then I called him up for his food anyway, and obviously word had gotten out. Somebody had like maybe took a picture of him, and I think all these women just started to appear on the quay, being like, "What's he doing on there now?" But whenever we brought his food up, and whatever happened, there was a mistake and one of his tacos wasn't ready yet, so he came up to collect the food and I was all, I'm very sorry, your wee brisket taco wasn't quite ready yet, head on down, I'll drop it down to you in 2 minutes. And he was on, no bar, that's grand. So he went down, he was sitting down, they were eating out and the wines were eating and all, and I was like, see when that brisket taco comes, I'll take it down there, right, give it to me, you know, because I was all like, so it came anyway and I dropped it down. I was, oh, you go boss, your wee brisket taco, and he goes, oh thanks man, you're a legend. And I was, Jimmy Dornan just called me a legend. But this really, really busy day anyway, and this all kicked off and people were down looking at the pictures with him. And then my boss at the time, the owner of Pike and Palms, Pikey, was working with us that day too. He's really busy like. And when after Jimmy Dornan had left and all this here, and I was all you know, that was there out there and he was all, who? And I was all, Jamie Dornan. And he was all, who's that? And I was all, he's an actor, he's from Belfast, but he's really big. No, he was in that 50 Shades of Grey and all that plan. And he was all, what? Why didn't you tell me? When we photo him or something for a crack, and I was all, see if I'd have turned around to you during that really busy service and said, oh, there's a celebrity out there, do you want to get a photo of him? I saw he would have fucking swung for me. And he was all, probably, fair enough. But that was my wee claim to fame. Jamie Dornan called me a legend for bringing him a brisket taco.
A brisket taco?
Who's the most famous person you've met?
Probably him, to be honest. I also met Aidan Gillen on the Grand Central one night, and met probably them two. I saw Alan Rickman and Ian McKellen in London. They were at a show.
Now them's two big names.
I wasn't speaking to them, didn't go over to them, but they were on the same. We were at I think it was Spamalot, or sorry, I tell a lie, it was 2 different times. Saw these 2 people, but both at shows in London in the West End, and we saw Ian McKellen walking down the road outside, like in the West End in London. And my sister, I didn't see it, but my sister to this day claims he had a big Lord of the Rings umbrella. He was walking with it. And Alan Rickman was we saw him at the interval of Spamalot. We went to see Spamalot in the West End.
Class.
And you know the Monty Python one. And he was in the interval. He was over just having a wee drink with whoever he was with.
Cool.
And we were all, there's fucking Alan. But I seen them too, but wasn't chatting them, so I didn't meet them as such.
Yeah.
Kind of way. But never really bumped into many famous people, to be honest. Me dad.
Your dad?
Joe Mahan.
Yeah, of course.
Most famous person I ever met, probably.
I remember the first famous person that I met, and I was only about, 9 or 10. probably about 8 or 9, because it's 89 season, Derry City.
Right.
And we had went to Mass in Derry. Sometimes we would just went a wee bit mad and didn't do the Mass in Claudia, went in Mass in Derry for a wee change,
Party time.
Mix it up a bit. It's a weekend.
Treat ourselves.
And Paul Kern used to play for Derry City, defender. And I remember seeing him, and I get so starstruck, man. And I followed him down the street, and all my man, I thought I was lost for a while. And then I come back, they're like, "Where were you?" And I was like, "I was following Paul Kern." And I remember he kept looking around at me, going, "What's that child doing?"
In his head, he's probably just like, I'm not famous. Why are you following me? Do you know
and I was just looking up, like mouth open, like I'd just seen God.
He was going to work on the Monday morning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just normal, I know. That's the thing. But I was away until I used to be mad at the Derry players were like these, like, wow. Do you know what I mean?
We went the, actually, there's a photo in the house with your Uncle Kevin as well when I was only wee. And then I was part of the Derry City Cubs.
Right.
Just basically a wee membership. You got a wee membership card in a wee group and got to meet all the players in the training grounds and all, got photographs and all taken with them. And I remember that day too, man. It was just, I'm still looking at the photos, I still get that wee buzz.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'd say I was only about 6 or 7 at that time, but I was so excited.
My Uncle Kevin was manager of Derry in 2002 when we won the FAI Cup against Shamrock Rovers down in Tolka Park, and me and my dad went down there and we stayed over in a hotel, but we got to go to the after party in the hotel with all the players in, and there's pictures of me. I was just going doing the rounds getting like Eddie and Tommy McKillian and like Liam Coyle, Gary Beckett and all these players. I was fucking mad because I was a big Derry fan. They were as big to me as Liverpool. You know what I mean? It was like, wow, amazing. Class we experienced. I still got the photos, say. Class. I'm just a wee Wayne. And boys are all steaming, drinking pints. Class. I remember meeting Robbie Keane at the time. When Robbie Keane, he's an Irish footballer.
Yeah, I actually know him.
He had signed for, who did he play for in Italy again? Was it Inter Milan?
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan. So he had just signed for Inter Milan and they were back in international duty, and me and my mate Bomber, we went up to a hotel they were staying in, a few pints, hopefully get to meet them. And I remember I went in and I was having a pee in the toilet and he was standing next to me.
Right.
And I remember thinking, this here's worth 15 million was a big sum of money then. I know it's a big sum of money.
One of the best Irish footballers I've ever had.
He was class.
100%.
But I remember walking back in and I met a few of them then, and I remember thinking how fucking tiny they were. Like they were like Waynes. You know, you see them on the TV and they're all pretty much...
Robbie Keane was a wee small, nifty kind of striker. Wee small,
nifty striker, is right. And Jason McAteer.
McAteer too, yeah.
Yeah, fucking madman. Like. He's good crack, man. Trigger, they called him.
Trigger
after Trigger from Only Forces. What was the one he went into the pizza shop?
I always hear this. I think that's about an urban.
I think it is.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, there's a few about him now.
The pizza. The people asked him, did he want to cut into 6 slices or 12? And apparently he said, "Oh, just give me 6. I could never eat 12."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Obviously smaller slices, like. But all sorts of stories I got about him.
He knocked out Stephen Cluxton. Stephen Cluxton, the Dublin goalkeeper, a couple of years ago.
Right.
It was a charity match they were playing, and Stephen Cluxton must have been on his ear a wee bit, you know, and he just turned around and fucking chinned him.
Well, he must be a bit of a hothead because him and Michael Owen got in there about fisticuffs at them after football too, didn't they? They're swinging boots at each other. Right,
and Roy Keane as well. Sure, him and Keane nearly fought
big fight too. Yeah,
after Saipan and that.
Yeah, Liverpool United too.
Liverpool United.
In the background there.
I'd love to meet Roy Keane, but I don't think Roy Keane would like to meet anybody.
He wouldn't give you a time of day. Hey, I love Roy. I'm a Liverpool fan. I fucking love Roy Keane. I think he's brilliant. Like, you know, but
shouldn't meet your heroes.
No.
Hey?
No.
I wouldn't call him a hero. I just enjoy his crack on
as a pundit. Do you know what I mean? What about you, Sean? Who's any?
There would have been loads, obviously, back when I was in the band.
Oh, of course, yeah. So you'd actually mentioned earlier.
We would have seen everyone, like, you know, I always remember seeing Slash and people like that, like, but
class.
Like we obviously rubbed shoulders with a lot of people, like, back then, like My Chemical Romance.
I remember you talking about feeling his hair.
The Blade,
that's right, yeah.
And he ran away.
Good.
And Feeder and all that kind of stuff, like, and who else? I remember being in a practice studio
right
in London. We were rehearsing the single before we recorded it, and I remember Damon Albarn like came in their room by accident, and he was all, "Oh, sorry folks," and then like
no, it's alright, tiny bar.
It was just a blur, was it?
Back then,
I'm trying to think of like puns too, yeah.
Back then, like, do you know what? That's probably around the time he was doing Gorillas too. Like, fuck, cool. Little did I know how good they were going to be.
Yeah,
but like, I think back then we would have been a bit more starstruck. But see now, like, I don't know. Like
people are just people.
People are people, that's right.
as I say, like I a few people that know me obviously probably heard this story before. So when I was in America, like a couple of years back, I bumped into now this actress would have been massive in the early 90s. So you call her Lara Flynn Boyle.
Aye.
So like I bumped
from
into her.
like Twin Peaks and all.
Twin Peaks.
Aye, yeah.
She was the main villain in Men in Black 2. She
Yeah,
was
that's right. Yeah.
Stacey out of Wayne's World, stuff like that.
Oh, I
So
so she was.
I bumped under her. We bonded over a white squirrel in
Right.
Boston Public Gardens in Boston, obviously. And when she heard my accent, and obviously she made a connection because she said she's got Irish
Well,
hair.
with a name like Flynn Boyle,
Yeah.
you probably do, yeah.
And she uses her name is actually she actually introduced herself as Lara Flynn Boyle O'Hagan, so even more
Jesus.
Irish.
Oh man, and
Is
even
she
more up
Is she
here
from,
too.
Is she from Derry?
Oh, because O'Hagan would
O'Hagan be a very
Derry.
a lot of O'Hagans about anyway.
Yeah.
So that was her mum's obviously maiden name, is it? Yeah.
Nah.
And we got chatting anyway. We sat down and got like I knew who it was, but I didn't let on yet. No, we were chatting for ages, and then I think I sort of after about a half an hour chatting, I sort of came through and said like, by the way, Laura, I'm like a big Twin Peaks.
By the way, Laura, I've got 2 feet, right?
So
10 fingers too, Laura, 10
and 9
fingers.
toes. And I sort of went, no, and she was like, oh, okay. But we ended up hanging out for about 2 or 3 hours. And we
Nice.
actually went for a pint and all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like nothing. Like every time I tell someone that, they'd be all, what else happened?
Yeah.
I'd be all, she's fucking married. She was there. She was accompanying her husband he was at a stag party. And she just came along, like, she just spent her days walking her dog in
People
the
thought
parks.
that you had an affair with Laura Flynn Boyle, and we're keeping it secret.
Yeah. You just imagine he plastered all over the gutter press in America. Who is this man?
Mystery man.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's not doing much. She hasn't done much in the last, like, 10 years. But
Since you met her.
She was brilliant. Like, she was
hasn't done-
huge, like. So,
She was, she was surely.
she was great, like.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was an experience. But I wasn't all, give me a photo.
No.
No, we just sort of, whatever.
It's probably that thing. It's harder for a woman as they get older to get parts. Hollywood just sort of.
I thought you meant like liver and to get parts, body parts,
for their car.
Parts of the
a new
car.
leg.
Need a new exhaust,
She
sir.
needs a new timing belt.
She needs new feet. But and the same one I was went to in conversation with John Cusack last year.
Oh,
like
aye.
John Cusack's one of my probably top actor, like
Yeah.
favorite actor. But afterwards, there was a few people waiting about. And I kind of did for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, "What the fuck? He doesn't want to come out here chat to us." So it was just all. Nah, there was people standing there with about 60 posters and all to get signed.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there with my hands in my pockets.
Comes
all,
off a wee bit desperate, that crack, doesn't it?
That does.
I'm going to get a pint, like.
Yeah.
Especially when people could be making money out of that signature.
Exactly. Probably would. I
are
sell
if
it.
you only bring 60 of them with you. Like.
Did you ever see them rats that just like
Sell
they
stuff.
stand outside hotels and then they be coming past and they be like, "No, I already signed something for you." Like, fuck
beat
off,
it,
because they know
yeah.
like you're selling that, you rat.
Yeah.
You yipe.
I met the 2 boys out of We Are Scientists when they played the Nerve Centre too, and I was a big fan of them back in the day. Class wee band.
Nice.
2 sound men too.
Yeah.
Great wee band.
I had met Liam Neeson and Colin Farrell.
Right?
It was Special Olympics 2003. I blagged my way into the part where all
VIP.
the VIP where all the slabs are and all, and just walked up to the bar to get a pint, and there was just 2 guys standing at either side, and I sort of went into the gap in the middle, and they were talking, but I didn't realise who it was until I'd ordered my pint, and then the 2 of them were like, "How's it going? What's crack?"
Jesus,
I thought,
there you go.
Colin Farrell. And,
That's
again, I'm going to say it again. They seem fucking tiny, or maybe there's a thing that I just haven't realised how tall I am.
I know you're a tall man.
Because
Like,
that's-
Liam Neeson is a
I
tall
know.
man.
I thought
like,
he was
you know what I mean?
a big one, like.
He'd be at least 6 foot. But
Colin Farrell's a wee tiny toot.
I
like.
wouldn't have thought he'd be well tall, but Liam Neeson's a tall enough man, I would say. You know.
Yeah, but no, Farrell didn't look as like in the movies and stuff, and made him out to be a lot taller. But no, he's only a wee tiny shite. Like, I had mistaken him for a lookalike at first, but
Right.
no, it was
I
definitely.
had that good on. You didn't say that, then, did you?
I kind of mentioned it when drunk that I was joking about it, but yeah, sound about it, like. Because Ronan Keaton and all, everybody, there was loads there, like, but the one person that was there that didn't come up to the VIP area that I really wanted to see was Muhammad Ali.
Oh, cheekers.
Muhammad Ali was there. Ali was there because it was the first time the Special Olympics was on outside of the US. Right. And I was in Dublin and I was living just right behind Croke Park at the time. And went up in the hope of getting in and managed to blag your way in. And no, he didn't come up to the bar. He was.
How'd you blag your way in?
When I say blag me, well,
because that's near impossible sometimes.
Well, it was. I met a fella that I used to work with, Keith Waller. So myself and Louise, I used to go out with. We were standing outside, and Keith goes. I hadn't seen Keith in a long time at this time, and he's like, "Man, my brother works in here. He's going to get us in whenever the show starts. Do you want to come in?" And I was like, fair enough, but I didn't really believe it. You know, I was happy enough to stand outside and listen to it. Snow Patrol were playing, and U2 and the Chords. There was all big Irish bands playing, and the show had started about 5 minutes. Sure enough, his brother came down, opened the gate, got us in, brought us up, and we were sitting in like concrete steps in the middle of the Cusack stand. And I was like,
John Cusack
steps.
It's actually Joan.
It was Joan. So I was thinking, we're going to get through out of here. Like, and then the next thing, he tapped on the shoulder, and then Keith goes, "Well, my brother's blah blah blah," and he goes, "Right, follow me." And he brought us in, just on an elevator at the back of the stand, up to the VIP section. Man, it was weird. Like, it was amazing.
Do you know, I was when I was in Sicily, we were at this nightclub, and my friend and I were standing, and there was this girl standing up on stage, and she was letting people, there was people coming up there and just like saying something, and then she was opening like a wee rope, and they were going in to like a box.
Why do you go up and say, "Go and let me in"?
No, we here. So it was like a box. No, it probably was as simple as that, but only in Sicilian.
Open sesame. Open Sicilian, me.
I see ya. Let me in, or a bit heady.
Must have been parcel tongue. So, so I was all, what did I send to her? That looks like pretty easy to get in, and it was like a box, but behind the DJ, and they were all just giving it large, like giving it lulty, and I was all, I want to go up there. So I went up there and I said, "Excuse me, how do I get in there?" And she was all, "Excusey?" And I said, "How can, like, you're letting," no, I kind of was like, "No, and you're doing the actions too." Yeah. I was like, "So you're letting people in there? How do I get in there?" And she just looked at me and goes, "I have a boyfriend." And then that was fucking it.
I
didn't mean on there, love.
Like, I meant
on there.
She just turned her back to me, and I was all, "What the fuck? I didn't say that."
How do I get in there?
I know, maybe. Well, I probably didn't say that, but I was like pointing and all, but like I was pointing round her to the rope. It was all, "Let me in."
Pointing round her to her bum.
Probably have to go up and just go, "Let me in, they fuck." She's all, "There you go." No
Open up.
Open.
We had the night before that as well. I'm nearly sure I probably told this in one of the first podcasts we done as well, but fuck it, I'm going to tell it again. I was sitting in, it was a Friday night, it was the night before the Special Olympics, and I could hear Streets of No Name, U2, playing the guitar. It was like 11:30 at night, and I thought, geez, somebody's having a party, like, and playing a wee bit of live music. And then I was like, that's way too fucking clear. Like, the windows open, it was summer evening, and I went out the front, and there was about 10 people just standing outside the gates of Croke Park, and then I realised they were doing their sound check for the next day.
Right.
A man sat listening to U2 for about 20 minutes. It was class. And then the doors opened, and then this big black car came out with like tinted windows, and then Bono got out and just stood for the next half hour, went round everybody just chatting.
Right.
Yeah, sound up.
Nice one.
That's wee Bono.
El Bonzi.
Do you know what? He's fucking tiny.
He's tiny.
Yeah. Apparently he wears big shoes too.
Everybody's tiny when you're 6'5".
Yeah. Apparently he's tiny. He wears the big platform shoes.
Like Tom Cruise.
Like Tom Cruise. Get over yourself, sir.
Well, Tom was over at Glastonbury, wasn't he?
Was he?
I was giving it loyalty up in this wee like fucking thing. He got past the girl. He went up and said, "Can I get on there?" And she didn't go, "I have a boyfriend."
Yeah.
But he was up by like, what do you call him, Simon Pegg and all, and they were all just in this wee box all, woohoo.
He's a weird wee man.
Tom or
Tom Cruise.
That's alright. Don't talk about.
No, Simon Pegg's the man. Thank you very much.
But no, Tom Cruise.
He's still, in a lot of things, he's still quite watchable.
Oh no, he's very. I like a lot of his films, but
as a person,
he's a rare boy.
Yeah, he's a dick.
No, he's a good actor.
Do you ever see
He's very good at what he does in the action films and stuff.
Do you ever see the interview that came over to him, but he had a water pistol? and he sprays him.
He's like, why would you do that or something?
Why would you do that? You're a jerk.
That's Scientology nonsense.
You see, that's the thing, man. Got yourself on, Tom, you fucking weirdo.
Rare boy.
Yeah.
I'm not really on about I'm a Scientologist.
Well, you're a rare boy too.
Like, so are you. Keeping them fucking Bunsen burners on.
Yeah.
You dirt.
Mm-hmm.
You yipe.
Could have took the whole thing out. Were any of us down at the Maritime Festival?
No, actually wasn't he?
No, same, just because I was so busy. And
I was.
were you down at it?
Now, don't get me wrong. Brilliant for the city.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Grateful
Everybody
time,
out.
It's good to see the big crowds and all.
Fucking great atmosphere. Luckily, they had a great couple of days weather too. Like, well, decent.
I feel like there's a butt coming.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's like we couldn't stick it. We walked up through it for about 40 minutes, and then we were like,
It's just mayhem, isn't it?
let's go get a pint in Sandino's.
There is
like,
not built for the amount of people that be in it sometimes.
And do you know what it is? It makes me laugh. Everybody's got their backs to the boats, and they're all just ordering fucking hot dogs. Like, people are. It only seems like people are up there to either eat or drink pints.
Oh no, nobody cares about
like
the boats and the
The boats, man, like that was the same week that it came out that they're pumping 1 million tons of
Sewage.
raw fucking sewage into the foil every year. Plus, there's the wee fucking boat that's been stuck
and
there
then
for
they're all
4
like,
years.
let's do jet skiing, and you're on them, right? You know.
There's no celebration. Like, there's fuck all on the riverfront and all. Like, fair play to everybody who, like, I've seen loads of photos and wee videos and talked to people who loved it.
It's more about all the food business and the wee sort of vibe and the bit of live music or whatever it is.
see local businesses making a few quid.
Oh, 100%.
Well, quite a few quid.
Quite
Brilliant.
a few's right there.
I love seeing that. Like, so happy days for that. Like, the majority of it it's all great, but it's just too many heads. Like, you were bumper to bumper the whole fucking way up.
I worked at Pike and Palms during the Clipper, and it was the maddest. It was 10 days. It was the maddest 10 days of my life.
I would say.
Bar none. It was fucking mental. Just like non-stop.
Yeah.
Huge. All day.
Not
every
even
day.
like a wee 5 minutes.
Not even you hardly get time to breathe. I swear to God, it was crazy.
Tough
Like,
going, man.
but we did well. The place did very well, and then he looked after us because it was the work we put in. We got a fair few pound.
That's brilliant. I'm glad to hear that.
And tips as well. People were very generous with the tips too.
Yeah.
So, but it was, see, when it came to there was a photo. I'd love to get my hands on it now. It was kind of before photos were always shared on Facebook and all, but somebody took a photo after we finished so the Sunday evening was the last service, and it was, I think we only did like 12 to 6 that day or something, though, but just that was like we were all running on empty. We had all been at it for 10 days flat, and you're chatting like 15, 16 hour days every day nearly. Do you know what I mean? And when we finished, we sent out the last bit of food or whatever, and we all says, right, we had it cleaned down. It was a big like 2 hour cleaned up, probably longer, but we says, head chef Paul was all, look, everybody out the back, we're going to sit down for 20 minutes, so have a wee beer or whatever, and have a wee smoke if you want, whatever. I'm just going to sit down. And we all went out and sat against this wee wall, and I think Pikey, the boss, came out and took a photo of us, and we're all just sitting there, and I swear to God, we looked like about 6 people who'd just been found on a desert island for about a month. We were just all sitting like, I was like, I think I had my eyes closed and like all sweating, wearing a short and t-shirt. You're all like, just everyone else looked an absolute mess, just defeated. Like, but it was class experience. Glad I did it, but I'm also glad I'll never have to do it again either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be hard to keep psyching yourself up to keep doing that.
It was mental. Like,
Sorka, she was working at it. She was doing obviously within your space.
Yeah, I was looking out for her, but
so she was a pirate, and she was a walkabout character as a pirate, and they do a land-based synchronized swim team. Which is fucking brilliant.
I've seen them. The three. I've seen them. They're always at it.
It's one of them things. So
always at it.
Sorka, once she gets done up for it, she does like a big mono brow and just like makes herself look. I can barely look at her.
Has she always been one of them? I never made
you
that
wouldn't even.
connection
I swear to
before.
God,
I used to see them at all these things, the Halloween and the Clipper and whatever, and I never knew it was her. No,
see the way them guys can contort. Obviously, they're fucking professional actors, like, but can contort their face
and they look something completely different.
Completely different, man. But no, it freaks me out. Like.
Was Gemma one of them?
Gemma has been one of them. I don't know. She wasn't one of them this year.
Yeah,
she was doing something else. I can't remember.
Someone mentioned that she was there.
Yeah, she was
doing
there.
something, maybe possibly with her daughter. But I'm not sure.
Can't remember. But Gemma was doing something, and fair play to then your space team as well. Rachel and Kath and the whole lot. Like
I seen Mike.
Show that they put on. Mike was a sailor.
And, yeah.
Fair play. Good heads.
Good heads and a really good company.
Yeah.
And do a lot for the town. A lot for the
Absolutely.
city, for all the big events, Halloween and the Clipper and
Fair play.
Maritime and all the rest. So
Yep.
But no, I didn't get to it because, again, Sunday was my only day. I keep hitting off this fucking thing. I
Every so often.
don't even know why I have the laptop out. I haven't even looked
You
at
have no
it.
notes now.
I'm going to put it away. I didn't get down to it because Sunday I felt bad because, like, obviously those guys are all my friends but I just wanted a day in the house.
I know, hey, you're a busy man.
That's
you have
it,
to
like-
take your wee moments when you get
You
them
do,
sometimes.
like, you
Hey,
do.
there was enough people over there.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Miss me,
There was
like.
enough.
Yeah.
There was too much.
So while we were in Cumber House, I was saying, in Claudy, and Saturday night, or no,
Ooh,
Friday night.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary biscuits.
Scary Biscuits, but I was class, man. Some venue for a comedy gig, like with Mickey Bartlett.
Very good.
Like he was playing, fucking rocked the place, like. But it's really nice to be able to bring comedy to Claudy.
Oh, aye. Back
You
to
know.
your stomping ground.
Back to the old stomping ground. We've Colin Murphy coming next month as well.
Brilliant.
Oh, no, not next month.
Cumber House.
September to Cumber House.
Class.
So it's nice. Lovely to get out there. Lovely to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while. And I was very tempted to go drinking after. Do you know, everybody's, Mom, go for a pint, Mom, go for a pint. But I knew it's Strabane gig on Saturday night. And I was like, I'm not getting into the last day of 3 fucking heavy days.
Especially
Hungover.
Especially at row about.
Especially if you
Hey.
know about that.
Oh.
Aye, but yeah, if you, I would advise anybody to go out in Strabane some night and go out with row. It's like walking around with a celebrity. Just everybody knows him. And then one of the pubs we got into, and Roe was about 10 seconds ahead of me, and he's like, I'll get these ones done, big lad, I'll get the next round done. And it took me about 10 seconds later to get into the pub, and by the time I get in, I have a video of it. He's up with a band singing Robbie Williams' Angels.
Straight in the door. and
Straight
up
on the
just,
door, straight up, lifted the microphone, just started singing. The band played along with him. Like,
Is he like Will Ferrell and Anchorman? He's all.
town.
Taz Town.
Taz town. Just.
You know, like Will Ferrell and Anchorman. He's
I'm
all.
not prepared. And pulls out the.
Yeah.
This is a surprise. I'm telling you.
Oh, I was so crack. I'm filming this Saturday, so remember I was saying to you it's about Taskmaster.
Yes.
There was a Dairy Taskmaster was done.
Gotta see this
That's
shit
right,
thing.
Brilliant. So
Definitely.
I'm in it this time.
I know.
Yeah, I'm looking
Brilliant.
forward to it.
I said I know. As
I've
if I
actually.
know, but
This is going to. I know it's one of your like favorites. I've never actually watched that.
You should. You know, I was.
keep hearing.
I was
good.
a long time getting into it, and then Sorka was a big fan of it.
Yeah.
And then I was always, you'd see the odd episode on, and I was like, that's all right. But I didn't know. Until I started watching it, I didn't know it's the same contestants in every episode for the whole series.
Right.
Which it makes it that, it's not something you can jump on and out of.
You have to
'Cause
watch it
there's
chronologically, kind of.
Yeah. And see, once you do, man, it is awesome. Awesome. So good. But again, it's one of them shows, and we had talked about it before, about the thing that I have to get past now, because I'd watched that with my mate Connor. And then I stopped watching it, like what I'd done with a lot of things, because he passed away a couple of years ago. But yeah, getting into
You
a
have to get-
place
that's
now
it, you
where I
have to get
can,
back to it,
and
yeah.
I was chatting to his sister about that on Saturday night. She was at the comedy, Michelle, and it was like, yeah, I'm feeling like I need to start doing these things.
It'd be a good way to
Absolutely.
reconnect with him in a way. You know what I mean?
But I knew the time would have been right to do it, and I'm feeling I'm getting there now.
All these things are tough, definitely.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
So Taskmaster on Saturday. I can't wait for it.
when is the is it being done in a like what do you call it, Bennigan's again, that kind of
It's
thing?
been done in Bennigan's again, so the filming's going to take part.
Aye.
Filming's
That's
going to
this
happen in
week.
Bennigan's this week, and then I think I'm nearly sure it's the start of October. I need to check.
Yeah, because I definitely want to.
And then it's a live, so they show it live in Bennigan's.
Yeah.
And then they have the contestants on, and then there's wee competitions and all within it. And there, no,
They show it live in Bennigan's.
not live. Sorry, they show the recording from what I'm going to record now on Saturday.
I was going to say, where's it coming from if it's getting shown live in Bennigan's? So it's going to be in Bennigan's, and then you're going to show it
They'll show all the
Yeah,
edited
on the night. I get you.
footage of everybody doing the tasks.
Yes.
And then they'll probably obviously pause it to
Aye.
like award points and stuff.
Yeah. So Rory McSwiggan, who was guest on here as well, Rory's the Taskmaster.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah,
nice one. Hey.
looking
Nice
forward
one.
to it.
Gotta get tickles for that.
Yeah, definitely.
When is it?
No, I don't know that they don't even have a firm date yet. But
Right.
it's
I
going to
thought
be
you were saying this Saturday, so that's good.
no.
'Cause
So
I
it's
wouldn't
going to
have
be
worked.
October.
Nice
So
one.
this weekend, I suppose you're going to be getting ready for Don London, Brendan.
Aye, taking it easy. I'm contemplating my family, as in, well, say my family, my man and dad, and that part of my family and stuff are going down to Ardra, as they always do. And I'm contemplating maybe going down Sunday for a wee evening, just because I haven't been down there in years, and enjoy the crack, go for a pint, me dad, whatever.
That's such a big connection for you down there. Like,
Oh,
isn't
big
it?
time. We're going, I think this is the 15th year in a row. They've booked the same house in the first 2 weeks in July, or the second week and the third week, whatever. So I love the place. It's just, life's just different down there. It's just everything's, the air's fresher, the tea's nicer, the beer's nicer, the food's nicer. It's just Donegal, man. It's just Donegal, the
Special place,
prime
like.
Donegal. It's beautiful. Beaches and just mountains and just wild nice people and just class.
Yeah, I love
the
it.
place.
Love it. What about you, Shawnee boy? Any plans for the weekend?
So, not as yet. I like my friends coming down on Saturday night. We're just gonna have a bottle of wine, just
Lovely.
have a chat. This is John, who I'm doing the book with. So we're
John boy.
we're like, we gotta have like, we always have like a comic chat. We have a chat about the book. So we'll probably just like go over the book.
How's
You know-
the book? You're past the halfway stage.
Yeah, well over it now, like, so it's great. So there's just an excuse. The last time we did this, we didn't even chat about it.
I just get passionate.
we just drunk wine and watched some shitty movie.
I can't force it either. You have to just let it come.
That's
I
it.
think that's the plans, and then around that, I'll probably just, you know me,
Yeah.
art.
Art and about. Art and about.
But I have a wee week off, so
You're off next week.
sort of. It's just like a gap between my
Yeah.
my routine.
I was about to be out, you jammy bastard, and then actually so am I. I'm off next week too.
Yeah, I get like 7 days off in between my rotations, so it's great.
Nice.
So it's lovely. It is like a week, but only it doesn't cut into your annual leave.
I'm going to be off Sunday to Monday, as in like not one day, like over a week, which is going to be a class crack.
Yeah, hard to beat.
Oh, love it.
Do you know, boys, we're going to have to organise a few drinks between ourselves.
We are.
have to do it
It's
again,
long
obviously.
overdue now. We did it a few months back. I think I'm ready now. I'm
Same.
ready again.
Yeah.
After I get back from London, we'll sort something out.
Aye, that sounds like a plan.
Nice one.
Happy
So
days.
the last one ended with you left.
I left. I was steamboats. I can't drink anymore, boys. I used to be back in our Duns days. I used to be like,
Yeah.
we were always the last one standing. You know what I mean? I'd sit at the 6, 7 in the morning, no bar. See, these days, that night, I think I had, to be fair, about 8 cans.
You'd read 8 cans in about 8 minutes.
Exactly. And I don't even remember leaving. I was absolutely steaming.
You went, and then Fintan was hugging. No, I know what happened now. I was on a chair dancing. Fintan was just staring at my Pink Panther plush, and he was like, I don't like him.
He kept looking at me.
Yeah.
And then he put him under the chair and left.
Proper order. But I was that night. It's good night's crack, but
I was all, oh, I'm going to keep it going. No, I was on my fucking bed. Could have done with it.
we had the idea we were going to like record a wee podcast. We had a few drinks in us, but then I realised you'd be fucking mortified listening back then. You'd get the pure fear. No, you get the fear after drinking, even though you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Imagine that fear episode was now on public domain.
We had when we were up in Belfast a few weeks ago, the Mammy Banter gig, and we had met these people and we were out and all, and me and Sarka had been saying, geez, be cool, we must meet up with them and all and have a few drinks and all and blah, blah, blah. And then it was only like 2 weeks ago, Sarka was, we talked about it again, Sarka goes, geez, I completely forgot. She goes, I had a phone call that night at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it must have been them, we must exchange numbers, we give them a wee text and stuff. And I go, do you know, listen to the voicemail. She goes, no. So she opened it up and went through, and it was fucking me. I went back to the bedroom. I don't even know what I was doing, and Sarka wasn't there. She was still down the bar, but I forgot she was still down the bar.
Right.
So I had rang her and I went to answer phone, and it was me talking to Sarka, talking about how lost I was and looking for her around the room, and it was all, are you behind the television? So it was just like 20 minutes of me drunk running around. You could hear things get knocked over and all.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I think that's what the podcast would be like if we did a
You
drunk.
just put out the jeepers.
Just
We
us
probably
running
wouldn't even be talking on the mic. But we
No.
just, I guess, the whole time. Like,
around.
I know.
No chance.
oh,
So Dave, say when you get back from London, we'll get her sorted.
100%.
So we finish her up, boys.
We do. I'm desperate for a pee. So
Are you
we're gonna
desperate
have to.
for a wee pee?
Just came on me like that, and then it comes on in, and all of a sudden it's like a desperate need.
Yeah. So let's finish that up. My name is Fintan Harvey. This has been Mind the Time podcast.
Your name's actually William Harvey, but okay, fair
William
enough.
Fintan Harvey, should I say?
William the bastard.
William the bastard, exactly.
Thank you very much, Brandy.
No bar. How glad to be here as always.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you.
Pleasure as always, boys, and keep on listening, people. Pass it out to your friends, share, do all that crack. Instagram, Facebook, get it out.
Shove it in the faces of everyone you know.
Aye, we're going to try and grow the podcast now. Yeah,
Like a flower.
Yeah, it's going to be a big, tall flower.
We're going to absolutely ruin people's days with.
Yeah, we're going to ruin Brendy's trousers if we don't let him get to the toilet here very quickly. This has been Mind the Time podcast. Thank you very much. Good night, good luck, and bye-bye.
See you after. Hey.
Bye.